Hello, and welcome to the Tavern Chat Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Tenkar, your bartender in the OSR, your main proprietor at the Tenkar's Tavern blog. So, if you listened to the last episode, you were listening to Tavern Spike. It's the first of probably a series of crossovers that the Tavern will be doing with other podcasts, and I'm hoping that other podcasts do it with amongst themselves, and that we'll see how this crossover thing does for everybody. I think it'll work well. In the meantime, uh, somebody left a voicemail. Shall we listen?
Hello, Eric. Who's this Spike Pickens? I don't know who he is, but he's a load of old crap, mate. I wouldn't have him on again. God blimey. In fact, I wouldn't have any of them on. Load of bleeding rubbish.
Nice, Colin. Appreciate it. It's like one of those inside jokes, I guess. So, before I delve into today's, as an aside, I was just playing Dirt 4 on the Xbox One with Rach and my niece Shannon. We were passing the controller back and forth. We were on some horrible track that I was happy to finish it, and I think 30th place. I had 30. And my son Chris comes along. He's 25 and at that ideal age. It's like, oh, this is simple. And we all kind of laughed at him. And then he did the same track and finished 7 of the 8 stretches in first place. Finished first place overall. I like to say there was a time when I could have done that, but I think the last time I was good at video games was the Sega Genesis. So yeah, I'm pretty much dating myself. So, Joe the lawyer sent me a text message last night at the end of his game session, and it was an interesting question. And his question, or his idea for a topic for an episode of the podcast was, do you, meaning me, well, I'm going to throw this out to the rest of you that are listening, use music during your RPG sessions? If so, what kind of music? And does the music change depending on the system or the type of scenario? And the answer to that from me is I've always wanted to use music to be impactful. The last time I had used music as such was back when I ran a face-to-face group with my old high school and college folks. And I borrowed the soundtrack to Conan. And I would use the inspirational music and, the big important fights. But, I never have recently because I've been rolling with my stuff online. Now, I had thought about using music in Roll20, and to be honest with you, I've backed enough Kickstarters that had soundtracks and sound effects. For bar scenes, you could run it in the background and just the jabbering in the background and the clinking of ale, maybe occasional bard singing, or impactful music along with the sounds of melee combat. I actually thought I would use some of that in the podcast. Just never clicked with it. So, how would you use that in online gaming? I guess you could stream it. I think Roll20 the way you could stream music. I think it would work very well in something that is horror themed, like Call of Cthulhu. I think you could get appropriate music in the background and make it really spooky, really entertaining, really bring your players in. Oh, yep, the dog is going crazy. Don't know why. I'll step away, find out why, and I'll be right back. Alrighty. Well, the dog was going crazy because my niece was leaving. Yes. So, good reason. Dog loves her. So, here, my question for the listening audience, or my questions for the listening audience is, do you use music or background sound effects in your face-to-face games? Do you use them in your online games using an interface like Roll20 or Fantasy Grounds plus whatever voice chat you use to facilitate? And if so, where do you get your audio from? Is it stuff that, like soundtracks to movies? Is it heavy metal music? Are we playing Led Zeppelin? The Viking song? Is that what you're doing? Or are you somehow, uh, like I've done, backed Kickstarters that give you access to these various sound effects that you can run in the background, like the sound of fighting, and swords clanking, the the tavern scenes. Really, come to think of it, I should use that as my interlude every once in a while. But is that what you do? And how often do you do it? For me, less is always more. If I was going to use this, I would only use it for the scenes that are of importance, and not just the minor combat, something that's really the high point of the session. But that's just me. I mean, I think I could really enjoy playing in a game where somebody had a great setup for sound effects and music, but I don't know if I have the technical knowledge, the library, and even the innate ability to do it right. But I'd love to hear from those of you who have. And I'd like to hear from those of you who have possibly tried it and I don't know, didn't enjoy the results. I'm sure that's out there too, because it can't all be perfect. So leave me your thoughts. You can use the Anchor app to leave voicemails. You're limited to, I think, 59 or 60 seconds. You can use our Google Voice number. That number is 347 509 5168. Again, 347 509 5168. I don't know what the time limit on that is. But remember, these are short episodes, unless you're talking about yesterday's Tavern Spike crossover. But we're generally between 10 and 15 minutes. So if your voicemail is longer than a minute and a half, 2 minutes, expect it to get edited, or I may just summarize. Or you can leave an email, tencars.tavern@gmail.com. So, there we go. Not too shabby. All right, folks. I appreciate you all stopping by. I appreciate it all. I appreciate my audience, my listeners, my readers. Without you, this would be nothing. Stay safe. Be well. God bless. Roll your dice high or low, however it may be. And remember, next week, Rich and I will be at Game Hall out in Madison, Wisconsin. I will be running games and working the Frog God table. So if you're looking for me, that's how you will find me best. And as always, I will talk with you all tomorrow. Later, laters.